What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have how the media and literati, hope I said that right, class determines the politics of a nation. So I'll say the media and literati. We're going to Google what literati mean before. I should have Googled it before I started the video, but I didn't. What does literati mean? Well-educated people who are interested in literature. So we'll say upper class. We'll say that determines the politics of a nation. I love the Yes Prime Minister. Absolute Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister. It was so good because you feel like as a citizen, you feel like this is truly how the government works. Like this is truly what happens behind closed doors, bro. They don't care about us and what we want. They care about what they want. And then the anyways, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then come watch it with me. In the description section, there's a Patreon link. Hit the link, subscribe, and I have all the episodes of the TV show up on Patreon. Copyright wouldn't let me put it on YouTube, but you can come watch with me, and we can see the government being exposed together. But let's dive in. If you happen to enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Let's do it.
It's the same as in local government. Constituencies of 60,000 are far too big for people ever to know their MP, so electors have to make up their minds on the basis of the telly and the radio and the press.
Yes, they pick their favourite party leader and then they vote for whatever clown a few dozen people in their constituency party have chosen as their candidate. Believe me, I do understand how the system works, you know, Arnold.
But do you? Listen, Humphrey, if a politician lives or dies by his media image, then his survival depends on the civil service publicity machine helping him with his fatuous speeches and articles and photo opportunities. Politicians are dependent on us, 1,000 press officers to publicize their little triumphs, the Official Secrets Act to conceal their daily disasters.
And that's fact. And we know that politicians do live and die by their media image, basically. That's exactly how it is. And he's saying, since we know that's the case, and we control the media machine, therefore politicians are dependent upon us, right? We can decide whether they look good on TV, whether they look bad on TV, whether they sound good on radio, whether they sound. We have that power. So whoever we choose to be the next PM, to be the legacy, that's who it's going to be, because we are going to promote them. And since all the voters don't have the time necessarily to get to know them, they only know them through the media that we control. See, it's dirty. It's a dirty system.
What you're saying, Arnold, is that under Professor Marriott's scheme, MPs would be elected on their own local reputation rather than on their leader's media image.
Yes. Governments and ministers would have to earn their votes in the House. Actually do what the electors want, instead of leaving us to do it our way while they do the fame and glory bit.
It's a frightening thought.
You hear that? Actually do what the electors want, instead of leaving it all to us while they get the fame and glory little bit of it. He said that's a frightening thought, for them to actually do what the electors want them to. That's crazy. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So they can determine the whole party itself. They're putting the whole party in place, because when the civil servant media machine gets to work behind a certain candidate, everybody below them in that party, right? The everyday voters don't know who they are, but so they're gonna vote for whoever's in that top person's party. They're gonna vote for all the people which they control. But if people actually got to know their local MPs, then civil service would be in trouble.
But what about the Prime Minister?
Of course, even more frightening. Reforming the civil service would remove his life support system.
It would kick away the ladder that's put him where he is.
While he's still standing on it.
That's right. The only real way to reform the civil service system is to reform the political system. And no government's going to reform the system that put it into power.
Well, the thing is, get the Prime Minister to see the danger.
That's your job.
I know. I'll tell him it'll be the most courageous thing he's ever done.
When I tell you you're doing something courageous, that means whatever you like, you're very courageous for doing that, because you're not going to get elected again if you do that. The people, the citizens will not like it. Like, it's a very courageous thing, sacrificing yourself for this policy, and that'll make you change your mind. And so, yeah, he's like, well, you ain't got to worry. They not going to change the system, because in order to change the civil servant system, they have to change the political system, and that's the same system that put them into power. And so when you explain it to them like that, it's like, oh, well, never mind. Let's keep things the same.
That always does the trick.
Yeah.
Agnes Morehouse, Sir Humphrey.
Agnes, why don't you sit over here? Now, Agnes, the Prime Minister is really worried about your attitude to the police.
Oh, good.
So, he is proposing a wholesale reform of local government. Street representatives, voting communities of a couple of hundred households, total involvement of the whole borough electorate in the selection of candidates.
This isn't serious.
Oh, I'm afraid it is.
This strikes at the very heart of our democratic social reforms.
What do you mean, the people don't want your policies?
Well, of course they would if they could understand. The ordinary voters are simple people. They don't see their needs. They can't analyse problems. They need leadership to guide them the way they ought to go.
And don't...
That's so insane, bro. Like, that's so disrespectful. Like, treating voters as if they're children, bro. Like, said, you don't think they would like your policies? Well, they would if they could understand, but they're simple people. You know, they need someone to lead them to where they ought to go. They are not intelligent enough to lead themselves to make an informed decision. It's crazy out here, man.
Don't you think the people would vote for such leadership?
Well, people don't always understand what's good for them.
Oh, I do so agree with you.
Do you?
Well, of course. That's how the civil service has survived the centuries. We made this country what it is, but nobody would ever vote for us.
We know what's right for this country.
So do we.
The only way is to have a small group in charge and just let the people have a mass vote every few years.
But if they actually got to know the people they were voting for...
If you actually got to talk to them, then they'd fall for all the silly conventional ideas. Humphrey.
Oh my days. I just realized they two sides of the same coin. Oh my God, bro. That's so terrible. But that truly is. And I believe this is truly like, and I know it's like a parody about government kind of this show, but I truly believe this how it be going behind closed doors.
This would be a disaster for you too, you know.
I know. Community councils always lead to regional government. Agnes, we must stop the Prime Minister.
You want to stop him too?
Well, of course, and you must help me.
How?
Well, I think I know how to do it. But I want your written assurance that you will stop harassing your local police. I mean, stop making them democratically accountable to you. It will remove some of the urgency.
Right. What do you want me to say?
Well, I thought it might go something like this.
Oh, Humphrey. You're a great loss to the militant revolution.
And you, my dear Agnes, are a great loss to the civil service.
Just terrible, bro. Just absolutely everybody plotting and scheming. I would love to know what you guys think of that, and what if you guys have seen the show, what you think of the show, and if you haven't, again, or if you want to see it again, description, Patreon, subscribe, watch with me. There's plenty of other shows that I have on there as well that I think you guys might enjoy. Right now, we're watching Love Thy Neighbor, and I'm absolutely loving that. freaking hilarious. But that's all we got. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Check out the next. I'll see y'all next time.